Hello everybody, you're watching another episode of Winston Walks here in Toronto on this cooler fall day. Definitely the temperatures have dropped. You see people in jackets. It's sunny right now, so it's probably a little bit warmer than the average temperature right now, but it's cooler now, definitely. Hope everybody had a wonderful summer. Hope their fall's going well. And anyways, we're here in Toronto. Right now we're walking down Bay Street towards City Hall. And I was kind of pleasantly surprised. My last video got some views, and then some people liked it when I talked economics. So I thought I'd kind of add that element in my walks as well. I do need to walk for health reasons, so then this kind of gives me a motivation to kind of keep it up, even when it gets colder. So anyways, in terms of today's topic here, I was thinking about talking about YouTubers, which is kind of funny, or like social media, and kind of like, should you get your information, or some people can get their advice from that. I know it's a controversy. I know in the past there have been large YouTubers who have done quite well selling kind of an advisory service, which from a legality perspective is it's dicey. I used to provide advice many moons ago, but I was registered, passed all my qualifications, etc. So for folks to be giving actual advice and taking compensation for it online, it's should be illegal, frankly. And like the Ontario Securities Commission here in Canada, and in the US the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, I'm surprised they haven't actually landed harder on those people. So granted, I know it's tough with online entities, but some people they can easily catch. But anyways, in terms of kind of the advice, obviously it's already been shown that a lot of folks who've been giving advice aren't necessarily don't necessarily have the training, nor really, when you think about it from a professional advising perspective, you have to be careful, because you don't know the person's specific situation, right? So generally, or you should, when you're giving professional financial advice, you should know their situation, not even just their risk profile in terms of investments, but like the money's like being left for somebody else, because then the risk time frame may actually extend, in terms of their total portfolio picture, the assets they possess, the liabilities, things like that. So when you give blanket advice online, really you're not doing the responsible thing. And then obviously, in terms of stock picking, the problem is, folks, that, let's be frank, with YouTube or any social media, boring isn't great for views, right? They obviously doing things that are extreme or controversial will get you the views and the subscribers, but at the end of the day, if you're giving advice or getting advice, really, when you think about it, boring is actually better, because really, if you're, unless you're like, you're trading futures and you're doing you're just scalping or things like that. Um, that's one thing. It's tough, right? But that's one thing. Hey, they got a tree coming. This is City Hall, by the way. They're putting a tree this year here. Usually they don't. But so in terms of actually the YouTubers, like the finance YouTubers especially, you got to be careful. You know, a lot of the time they'll like recommend, the hot prevailing stock, and you know what? For a period it may work, but really, most of the time they will not tell you when to unload, and with investing, that's part of it. Or even the rink is coming soon too here. They're going to be icing it up. That's really a big part of actually when to reallocate, because like right now, even with the Trump election, the crypto, especially Doge, has really jumped, right? Tesla stock has jumped, really on non-fundamental factors. Elon may have to leave Tesla. The multiples built in on that stock are pretty rich. In terms of everyone talking about or speculating that Trump's gonna create a Bitcoin or digital reserve for the United States government, that may not happen. Who knows? Or he may do it at such a small level it's inconsequential, because Bitcoin has really moved from when in a huge amount in a short period of time, and interest rates are actually technically moving up. So but yes, in terms of that's why with YouTubers, what I find for myself in terms of information, I will listen to some of them for the actual information. So some of them will give the updates on certain things, but as always, including all my videos too, please don't take things as advice. Just do your own work as well. Always do your own work, because one of the things I will say is that if you do your own work, you're gonna trust that work, right? Because it's stuff that you've researched yourself, and versus the market, especially if it's contrary to the market. And that's kind of where you make your big money, right? So but in terms of finance YouTubers, yeah, I'll be frank, I think ones with just kind of giving you general advice on maybe concepts, what I kind of want to start doing on the walks, because people seem to like it. So I kind of just want to use my experience. So that's the thing, right? And then realistically, the market is not that exciting, where if you think about it, you need to trade and because I gotta remember when you actually rebalance your portfolio every day, right? Because things are happening at such a micro level. There's commission costs to it. Maybe not even just trading costs, but there are little spreads when you're buying or selling securities. So really, you should really look at those things, and really for the general public, if you follow just a long-term asset allocation strategy, you should perform quite well with the markets. I mean, with ETFs, exchange traded funds, they have low fees. You're actually doing quite well there. There are also bond ETFs as well. So then also with the equities, obviously, you get your basket. So really the selection, starts to become which area you want to you want to allocate to. So for instance, internationally right now, the markets there are pulling back because everyone's fearing what Trump will do with the tariffs. So that's something people can research, and that might be an opportunity. At York Street here, there's a Taylor Swift concert happening this weekend, so that's why the city's a little bit crazy. But yeah, so that's why I think, in terms of and again, research the credentials and experience of a lot of these folks who are telling you to buy their systems and buy their coaching sessions, because a lot of them, really what they do is they just get basic materials from courses, and they just kind of reuse them and sell them as their courses, which again is there's a lot of issues with that, where the SEC and the OSC can get involved. But I generally just say get from your YouTube, and then also with certain YouTubers, they're not, there's some great ones where they'll have people who are economists and things like that, but then also be careful of the ones that are always the doomers, and also the ones that are always optimistic, right? That's why I say take the information for what it is, right? Someone could be bearish, and then you can listen to why, and then kind of use that in your own mosaic as well, because maybe you're missing something in your own mosaic, right? And then someone could say, for example, the Trump rally is overdone. There's no fundamental reasons why, right? He may come out hard with the tariffs, like in his first terms, and the market didn't do well, right? In terms of indexes. So maybe this rally is bogus, right? I don't know. It's, again, not advice, but that could be a theory as well, right? And then he hits everybody later with the tax cuts and all the stimulus, and then the market rallies then, right? Granted, he's not running for re-election this time around, so that might be a different issue. So, but just be careful in terms of which YouTubers you take advice from, and that also, that follows everything else on YouTube. I collect sports cards as well, and I find that some of the YouTubers on that as well, you've got some of the same dynamics, where because people are sometimes they're trying to listen. I get it, they're trying to make some extra bucks off there, and clicks and views and etc. But at what price you're willing to do it at, they know obviously what they're saying is not true, but a lot of people on here don't, right? And people sometimes, they're in a situation where they're looking for an edge. Unfortunately, maybe they're in a bad position, and then they take advice that really, not coming from an area where there's any insider information or anything like that, but they think they are getting that. So, but anyways, folks, heading down the financial district here. Lots of detours. This is the Cake Steakhouse here. But just be careful overall with YouTubers, including mine. Just take my general advice on it, or just incorporate it into your mosaic, and you make the decision, right? Because at the end of the day, you make the ultimate call you know, whether you have an advisor or not. And you know, you rely on their advice, obviously, but you make the ultimate decision, right? Because at the end of the day, it's your bed, you lay in it. But anyways, I think I'm gonna leave this one bite-sized. My name is Winston. I take walks. I'm based in Toronto. This is the financial district here. I was born and raised in Toronto. If you have any questions, please put them in the message area. Hope you like the little flavor I'm trying to add in now, as opposed to just walking. And then also, if you're a visitor, if you are, you know, someone's planning to move here, or you're local and you just enjoy watching this, I hope you get something positive out of it. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye bye.